Breakups are often the symptom of problems in a relationship. My workbook series, The Knowledge, is focused on helping you change your life in 4 key areas: retaining the information that I teach, personal growth, improving your relationships, and of course, re-attracting your ex. Available now at AskCraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
Hi there, I'm Coach Margaret.
And today we're going to be talking about I feel like they never loved me.
Oh, a terrible way to feel.
And I think probably most people feel like that after a breakup.
I'm sure they do.
I got an email about that. Actually, we have 2 emails today.
Okay.
And we'll get to talking about I feel like they never loved me. But this was an email. Someone sent us some feedback, and I thought it was really great, so I wanted to share it. They said, "Hi, Craig and Margaret. Hope you are both well. I just wanted to share my experience of my first Skype with Margaret.
Oh.
I think this would help a lot of people who are on the fence about working with you guys. I last Skyped with you, Craig, back in January about my situation. I can honestly say that my anxiety completely vanished during my Skype with Margaret."
I'm not magic.
Apparently you are. "Her knowledge, insight, and intuition is beyond amazing.
Well.
She's wiser than Yoda. LOL. She put me on the right track and made me see that the main issues for my breakup were not all my fault, but due to outside interferences. She put me at ease and assured me that I would have success in getting back with my ex, but I needed to enforce some boundaries.
Yes, I know who it is.
Yeah. My anxiety is so much better. I will be purchasing the workbook soon, and I will book another Skype in the next few weeks as soon as my allowances allow, or finances allow. Please keep up your work. We all know how hard both of you work on this channel and on the content for us. I think I speak for everyone when I say we are all truly grateful for your stellar efforts."
Stellar. Wow.
"You are both godsends.
Aw.
Many thanks for all that you do."
Well, we thank him.
Wow.
For the kind words.
Oh, you know who it is. I don't know who it is. I
know who it is. And what he's saying is, if your life feels chaotic, and if at the end of a conversation you feel like you have a plan, I think you feel a whole lot better.
I think so too.
I wish I had the magic to cure anxiety every time, but I can't help you with a plan.
She's very good, or stellar.
Stellar.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you for sharing your
Thank you
feedback
so
with
much.
Margaret. Anytime you want to do that, we'd love to hear from you
That kind of
guys.
keeps us going,
Absolutely. We have a second email here.
Okay.
That says, "Hi Craig, I'm new to your channel and love what you and Margaret are doing. I have been devastated by my breakup and I feel like my ex never loved me. Do most people feel this way after a breakup?"
Yes.
I think so too. I think most of us are feeling this intense physical pain,
Right.
and we just question everything. And one of the things that we really question and look at is, did this person ever love me? Because if they did, or they do, how can they treat me like
How
this?
can they do this? How possibly can they do this? Right.
And we have some thoughts about that.
Yeah.
Okay? One of the things you want to think about is what the relationship was like for them. Right? What were their experiences in the relationship? How were you treating them? How were you showing up? Were their needs being met? I mean, if they had been repeatedly telling you that you're not meeting their needs and you weren't hearing them, maybe they felt, I have to get out because this is hurting me more than anything.
Right. Yeah.
Okay? So sometimes they have to leave for self-preservation.
But they feel like they do, yes, that I have to get out of this. And one phrase you hear very often is, "I can't do this anymore." Which kind of speaks to a little regret. I can't do this anymore, sort of like I'd like to, but I just can't.
It's exhausting.
It's exhausting, yes, and that's what that seems to say.
Mhm.
I can't do it anymore. And sometimes we have to think a long time before we figure out what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of the things that they're going through is, trying to come up with why it didn't work for them as well. Because a lot of the times they don't understand it themselves.
Right.
So when you come to them and want to communicate what happened, what went wrong, and you're essentially begging to give you another chance, they don't know what to say. Because let's be honest, no matter what reason they give you, it's not good enough.
No, it's not going to make it all make sense and make you feel better.
And
no.
No matter what they tell you, you're going to refute it. You're going to say, that's not enough of a reason. Let's work this out. I hear you. I'm changing. I'm going to change. Let's work it out. But in their mind, they have been, done with this.
Yeah.
And at the time they're over it and they're thinking that that's it, they just have to move on, this isn't going to get fixed.
And they saw breaking up as their only solution.
Mhm.
Exactly. So they don't think it can be fixed at that point.
That's important that you say that again. That they don't think there's another solution.
No, I think that breaking up with someone is a desperate act in many cases.
Mhm.
It's always hard. We're always attached. Once we're attached, it's very painful. And so I think they see it as the only solution at the moment that they do it. Now that can be rethought and reprocessed numerous times, but at the time that they do it, they don't think it can be fixed. Yeah, I would guess.
Yeah. So it's not that they don't love you.
No.
In most cases, they do love you. They just don't think it can be fixed,
Right.
or they don't think you're going to change, or they see the situation as hopeless and that the situation isn't going to change.
Or they don't have the energy, I can't do it anymore, to do what would be necessary to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But when you're going through it and you're experiencing that pain, it feels like they didn't love you.
Yes, it does.
Okay? And you're going to kind of go all over the place emotionally. You're trying to figure out why they're doing this, what you can do to fix it. Can you correct it? Can you try and get them to give you another chance? Because we don't want to sever that relationship in our mind, right? We don't want that flow of energy to end.
Right.
Right?
And it causes us great anxiety when it does.
Mm-hmm. Because our unconscious doesn't think a relationship ends.
Yes, that's an ongoing problem with us human beings, is that the unconscious doesn't do time. And that's why trauma is hard to work with, because you can tell people it's over, but their unconscious isn't sure that it's over. It doesn't do time. So anytime we have a relationship that ends, we're angry and confused because it's not right somehow in our unconscious. It's just not right.
And our unconscious is telling us if they loved us, they would stay.
That's right.
Well, sometimes love isn't enough to stay in a relationship. I mean, happiness is important. And if you're staying with somebody for a long time and you've been unhappy, you get to the point where you're like, I can't do this anymore, I gotta get out.
I love this person, I've taken a long time to make this decision, but it's not enough, right? I have to get out. And literally, I can't do this anymore.
And Margaret, tell people what happens when our ego is affected by this, right?
Well, yes, and as we said earlier, oftentimes we carry some kind of shame with us into adulthood. And the minute there's a breakup, all our insecurities come up. I'm not lovable enough, I'm not cute enough, I'm not nice enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not.
And so we're insulted.
Absolutely, we're insulted, and all the negative thinking that we've been trying to fight comes back up. And that's why people can get so depressed after a breakup. Not just because you miss the person, that's normal and healthy, but because all our insecurities come up and seem to have been proven.
And one of the things that's going to impact you is how they did the breakup.
Yes.
Okay? Because sometimes how they do the breakup is cruel or selfish,
Yes.
or both.
Or both.
Right? Like you might have somebody that just ghosts you and they just vanish.
That's the most crummy, I think, right? They just stop responding and disappear into the great beyond, wherever that is. Yes. I think that's a terrible way to do things.
I think
You
so,
don't
too.
know if, they were taken by the aliens, got sick, what happened to them?
Yeah, absolutely. And, you and I have talked about this, and we think that that person probably just couldn't handle it.
Yeah, for whatever reason, couldn't handle it, or didn't have the intestinal fortitude to handle it, but just thought that it was the easiest way out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But it's normal for you to question the whole thing
Yeah.
after it ends.
How could anybody do that to me if they loved me ever?
Hmm.
Well, they still may have, but just for whatever reason couldn't.
And one of the other things is that sometimes when they know they can't do it, they're trying to protect you.
Yes.
They're trying to protect you from them.
And I have seen several instances of that recently, where I very much I think it was 3 or 4 men who were trying to protect women they cared about from themselves, and one woman who thought it just wasn't going to work for him. So people do break up to protect you and to shield them from what they know and you don't.
Yeah.
And that absolutely does happen.
Hmm. But you can see, and if you watch the video again, some of you may need to really get it to hit home with you. Just because they ended the relationship, it doesn't mean that they didn't love you.
No, it doesn't.
Or that they never loved you.
Right.
It really doesn't mean that at all.
Right.
Um,
Well, how could they have said all these mean things to me? Because they had to do something to distance from you before they could do the breakup, before they could say the words.
Yeah.
Okay? And I think the other thing that comes up is it's not fair.
Oh.
You hit me with this, you don't give me any reason, you don't give me any closure, and I'm supposed to go on with my life while you go tippy-toeing along being relieved.
Mhm.
And it doesn't seem fair. And people are almost asking us sometimes, what can I do to make him or her talk to me and tell me what happened?
Yeah.
And there's no way we can make anybody do anything they don't choose to do.
Unfortunately.
But is it fair?
No.
No. Is the universe going to fix it? Probably not.
So, okay, just understand that you're going to be all over the place emotionally. It's natural and normal to question the whole thing, to feel like they never really cared about you,
Yeah.
that the relationship didn't really mean anything to them, or you didn't mean anything to them, but it's simply not the case in most cases.
In most cases.
In most cases,
Yeah.
right? So hopefully this video helped you out and helps you see things a little bit more clearly. When you want to get our help personally, just go to my website, askcraig.net. Sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. I do email coaching and I do Skype coaching. Margaret is also available for Skype coaching.
If you are signing up, and I'm delighted to talk with you.
Just click on Margaret on the top of my website and you can sign up with her.
Okay.
But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth,
I'm Coach Margaret.
and we will talk with you soon. I'm Craig Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different, and every breakup is different. Work with me, and you'll get professional help on your situation. Just click on the link in the description below, or go to my website, askcraig.net.